All right, testing 1, 2, 3, making sure the audio's working. Gotta make sure that it's up and running for you fine folks as we hard transition. Oh my gosh, there wasn't even a thing. Do you see that? You see it? Look, okay, now it's working. Now it's worked. Sure, okay, that's fine. That's great. Hopefully my vocals are working. I had to do some really quick fidgeting of my microphone settings, but everything appears to be in order on my end. Let me know if it is on yours, and we will keep going. Guys, and gals. Not exclusive here, folks. Oh my goodness. We have transitioned, full transition, into the early access displays of what we've been working on. Yeah! The beta is behind us. You guys come to the Friday streams because you want to know what's going on. So we're going to show you. That's what is happening now. Now, as you all know, at least very well should know, but those who don't, that's why we have to do this general disclaimer. Everything that you are about to see is, of course, work in progress, okay? That means when you see new voice work, it doesn't mean it's necessarily done. But we are really happy with the results, and I think that you will be too. So, without further ado, we are going to be jumping straight into this new game, and just let's go ham, all right? Sound good? Okay, here we go. New game. All right.
Status unchanged.
Approaching extraction area. All miners stay in formation. Wingman, you take up the rear.
Understood.
Oh.
Scrap.
What's wrong?
Boosts are jammed. Could use a push.
Hey Ben, we've got a clunker back here.
Got it. Let's meet near a ship.
What's going on with it?
Just a laggy jump drive. There you go. Good as my granny's creaky old knee.
Thanks, Ben.
I'm nearly out of nanobots. Say, how's your ship holding up?
Just the usual wear and tear. Don't tell me you want to run another mobility check.
Can't risk you breaking down in the middle of a fight, can I?
All right, knock yourself out.
First, show me two nice healthy strafes, left and right.
There. And there.
What about your hover thrusts?
Man, I can so hear your smile.
Isn't it nice to have someone who cares for a change? Now, some rolls.
1, 2.
Finally, I need one last strafe, with a boost to the right. As slinky rocket dodges go, I'd give you a 4 out of 9. Yeah, you're in good enough shape for the junk pile you're floating.
Try telling that to Callahan. I bet 10 creds that if we don't catch up, he'll threaten to remove this ship from our tally.
Nah, he's a jerk, but not that bad. I'll take that bet.
Let's not keep him waiting then. Just 8 more shifts. Have you finally picked a homeworld?
Yep, Eden 12 it is. Ridiculous name, but just can't say no to those terraformed lakes.
I can't imagine what it'd be like to finally be out.
It'll be plasma gin and sunsets, my friend. After the slog we've been through, that's the least we deserve.
Well, if it isn't our two slackers. 5 seconds longer and I would have removed this ship from your tally.
What's the situation?
There's a Hydra infestation clogging up the entrance. And since you're the one who gets paid for handling these things, I thought I'd be so kind as to let you earn your creds.
I'm on it.
All right, how's it going, everybody? Is it nice? The audio's good? Everything's coming through okay? Just need to check up, make sure. Oh my goodness. I was like, voices, right? Oh, voices. And there's gonna be so much more to talk about through this, okay, guys? There's lots of little subtle things that have been implemented. Some of them are broken, hence why I'm playing this and it hasn't been distributed. But we are in this motion where we gotta show you stuff. We're excited. We know you're excited. We're doing it. All right, we're in it. Let's do it. Let's keep going. As I knock over my microphone. Oh my gosh. too excited. Calm down. All right.
Still jammed? Nice.
Wingman, you go in first and secure a path to the core. The engineer will follow with some distance in case anything needs fixing.
How much distance?
Enough to make a U-turn should he run into trouble. The rest will wait outside with me until I give the signal.
All right, I'm going in. Looks like the last shift never left.
Lots of dead outlaws and miners in here.
Yeah, and since the Hydra had time to spread but hasn't devoured them yet, I'd say they killed each other less than 48 hours ago.
Scrap.
Might want to consider that U-turn. Some of the outlaws may still be alive.
Forget Callahan. I can take care of myself.
Right. Hey, we got some clothing. Everyone, clothing secure. We're fine. Everything's great. Clothing and liquor. You really only need one of those things.
The entrance to the core is blown.
Try using your missiles.
Phew.
What the?
Whoever sent that might still be in there.
We'll see.
Man, I don't know about you guys, but I'm like, woo! I'm adrenaline rushing. I'm sure some of you guys are just like, oh, whoo! And it's just like, we've done this how many times before have we run through the tutorial? Whoo! Whoo! Man! Goodness gravy, guys. I'm so glad that you get to experience this with me right now. It was a wonderful time. It's a shame so few people play EVERSPACE. Yeah, it's okay. There's a lot of games out in the market. People are finding and learning what they love. It's all good. We're happy that we have a strong audience who shows up to our streams to engage with us, provides a lot of feedback on the forums. We have what we need. It's great. It's great. All right, hacking. It's still basic.
Wait here until I've had a look inside.
Please be careful.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I'm feeling it.
Finally, my rescue squad.
I have no idea who you are.
Hey, you're GMB scum. This'll take care of you.
Looks like he's got a little bit better weaponry than last time we met him. That may or may not be important to note. Woo!
Huh, a coil gun. Everyone, the risk meter just went way up. There were outlaws here, and maybe more are on their way.
So what? We've still got an armed patrol outside.
They could be here any minute.
All the more reason to work fast. Let's do this, people. Those crystals won't mind themselves.
It's true, they
And
won't.
that outlaw was from Bloodstar, not just some low-level grunt.
A what?
He even had a custom-built coil gun.
I'll keep an eye on the main shaft.
And I'm gonna hold on to the coil gun. Let's hope we won't need it.
I'm just looking in the chat right now at a particular individual who loves the material that we've previously worked on. I'm just grinning for you right now. Oh my goodness, let's keep going. Let's put this coil gun on. That's pretty standard, right? Now we got the
Keep an
coil
eye on
gun.
the miners. I don't want any crystals to end up in the wrong pockets.
That's fair.
Hey, what's with the shaking?
Could be the Bloodstar guys' rescue squad. And if they spawn on our patrol outside, they won't just come in with medics.
Son of a lizard.
Alright, I want everyone to stay calm and clear of the walls. I got this. Time to earn my creds.
Chief, you hear? Scrap. More miners. They got here first.
Don't worry. More ransom booty to line our pockets. Let's reel them in.
Keep moving, everyone. I'll lock onto them and let my missiles do the rest. Only one left. That's it. Everyone all right?
We're okay. Pal, take my last nanobots. You'll need them. My sensors are lighting up. There's more of them coming down the main shaft.
Let's take the fast lane and bust through that drill.
Just letting you all soak this in. I don't think any commentary is necessary.
You go first. That patrol better be doing their job out there.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the early access phase of EVERSPACE 2.
They're slaughtering the escort.
God damn it.
You all try to slip past. I'll keep them busy.
All right. So as you guys are well aware of, a lot of what we're doing here in this tutorial is giving you a lot of tools and letting you experience what it's like. You understand your maneuverability, you understand your targeting and firing. That's what this is for, okay? So if we're breaking this down a little bit, just from a game flow perspective.
I can't jump.
You'll fix it. See you back at base.
Hey, you can't just leave me here. Sorry, Ben.
How long till you can jump again?
Engine's too hot. First it needs to cool down.
I'll buy you some time.
So from a gameplay perspective, we wanted to make sure that what you face here isn't going to be like incredibly difficult, right? Because I don't think it would be fair to throw you into a tutorial and then all of a sudden you're dead in 5 seconds. And I'm not pointing out anybody who's died during a tutorial. It happens. It's embarrassing, but it occurs. But that's not what we're aiming to do here. It's about getting to know your ship, understanding your controls. So in this space right here, if you're looking at this going, wow, this doesn't look like a challenge at all, that's not the point. It's not meant to be a challenge. It's meant to help you hone in your skills and abilities in this little space right here as the story's building up, all right? Very intentionally designed. In context, we're level 10 and these fighters are all level 1.
How's your ship? Cool down yet?
No, it's still heating up. Oh, scrap! Scrap, 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 scrap!
What's happening?
The engine's burning, and now it's moving all the way up to the cockpit.
Use the extinguisher. Reduce oxygen. You got this.
I got this, I got this.
Oh, I just want to boost. Just let me boost. Let me get over there. Get to my buddy. There we go.
Almost there.
Whoop, flew past him.
Ben, are you okay? What the hell was that? All systems are down.
Oh. Oh.
Move. Inside.
Damn it!
You're wasting your energy. This place is sealed tight, blocked by a force field. Just sit tight and make the best of it.
Looks like they threw you quite a welcome party.
I've been here for quite a while already. Just a regular checkup on what I might know. Where did they grab you? Your outfit looks like G&B work crew.
You guessed it.
The guys here got no style. Bunch of amateurs. They'll be looking to get the best price for you.
So given your professional opinion, you know a lot about outlaws.
Hell, I know a lot more than they'll ever get from me. You hear me? Newcomer.
Where's my friend? Where's my buddy E9?
He's in the med bay. For now, maybe he'll live long enough to fetch a good price. Your DNA scans show that you are a military clone pilot. I thought they were all gone after the war. I wonder what your face value is. What if I broadcast your profile?
That would be a bad idea. You may not like who will come looking for me.
Why would I heed advice from a clone? I know my business. Interesting.
Station is under attack. And the turrets.
Friends of yours?
Yeah, the kind you want me dead.
Power outage. The force field is down. This is our chance. Let's try to pry the door open. Help me, grab the door. Whoa! Let's get the hell out of here while they're distracted. This way to the hangar.
Wait! I'm not leaving without my friend.
Don't be an idiot. He's a dead man. Okay, get your friend, but hurry.
Hey, E9!
What's happening?
It's our chance to get out of here. Come on!
Forget it, man. I'm done for.
No way. I'm getting you home. We're here. Let's go.
I might have more luck with a clone pilot at my side.
Fair statement. Ooh, wait, there's more. Hang on. Oh, and if anybody's pointing out the subtitles are bugged, I'm sure somebody mentioned it. Yeah, we know. Don't worry. It's the game isn't done. Spoilers. We'll fix it. All right, let's keep going.
Watch out.
You may call this a warning shot. Attackers are advised to disengage at once.
Great.
Right.
Stepped between a rock and a damn flaming meteor. It's a colonial fleet. We better stick together if we want to make it out of this alive.
Get ready to jump.
No dice. Drives are jammed.
There's a jump suppressor down there.
All right.
I hope you know how to handle a cannon.
This isn't my first dance, you know.
Right. The military clone thing. Shooting scrap is in your genes.
Oh my goodness. Okay, we're gonna take it just a quick. Let's just soak it all in there. Oh my goodness. I see a lot of people poking in saying hello. Welcome everybody who's showing up for our first exclusive reveal of the early access version of EVERSPACE 2. I also want to mention, just so that it's very, very clear, we are going to be showing our current progress with the early access from this point out until early access drops in every single Friday stream. So every single Friday has a chance and will very likely showcase new, unseen before content. And it's all coming exclusively right from our channel. So if this today isn't good enough for you, you just have to come back next week for the next bits and missions and new reveals. Could be new items, maybe a new ship, maybe new components that you've never seen or heard about before ever, maybe new companions. It just goes on and on. So I hope that you're excited with me, because I think that our team has done such a phenomenal job bringing this together. There's still a lot of work to go, of course, but man, I'm just so excited. It's just come together so well. All right, Let's keep going so I can show you instead of just blabbing. All right. All right, standard jump suppressor. Nice.
It's down. Jumping is still suppressed. My sensors detect 2 more. Let's find them and get out. Just stay out of view of that cruiser.
Do you see the effects here going on? Look over here. See that? Oh. Oh. Oh.
You okay back there?
It feels like my skin is melting off.
Get us out of here. I promise.
All right, let's take out this scout. Excellent. Thanks for the cover fire, Dax. But I don't need you. We will, we don't want to waste our booster, so we'll just drift over here this time. All right. Nice and clean. Other jump suppressor down, no big deal.
2 down.
The cinnamon.
I don't
All right,
get it.
we'll boost
The
again.
fleet has no jurisdiction here.
This is our last warning. Scans are being initiated on all units. Harboring a military clone is a violation against the peace treaty. Hand him over. We
Drifting?
will find him either way.
It's you they're after? I told the gas mask not to broadcast my profile. Let's finish this and get the hell out.
I heard you guys wanted drifting. Just making you guys know that it's close.
We've identified you, Mr. Roslin. I'd suggest
Oh,
you
snap.
submit your sentinel without struggle.
Hold on tight, pal. We're about to enter Superlight.
Oh man.
Poor Ben. To be clear, I see Shahina Evelga? I butcher usernames so badly, and I apologize for that. But welcome to the stream, asking about drifting, being just Sheena. Okay, perfect. You like the low inertia? That's great. You don't have to use the drift toggle that you can access while you are flying. If you don't want to use it ever, you never have to. If you love drifting, you can have it always enabled. Or if you're like me, you can use it when the time is right and turn it off when you need that precision. Because remember, this is not a full-blown space simulation here. We need you to have that pinpoint precision of controls, and we're not giving that up. So you have the options.
You okay, Ben? Damn, he passed out. They're tracking us. You need to disconnect your nav, now. Can't fly blind. Do it. Okay, display's wiped. Now what? I'll give you some chords. 1 sec. There. See that sweet shiny marker? That's our way out. I've seen clones fight before, but damn! Not your first dance. You're a goddamn prima ballerina. What's your name, pal? It's Adam. And that's Ben in the back. He really needs a medic. The only medics out here work for GMB, and that's not where you want to be right now.
True.
Not with a fleet warrant on your head. Man, we were 1 foot out of the DMZ. Don't tell me you had one of those GMB pension plans. It's called a Lionel Grady retirement scheme. Well, it's still a plan, and plans are for fools, my friend. I'm Dax, by the way. Let's get your friend into stasis at my old hideout. That'll give you some time to figure out how to save his life. Guess it's the only choice I have.
All right. Okay. It's all coming together. So I also wanted to point out, I was kind of like reading up in the chat, some people saying, oh my gosh, the cutscene ended with you in a different ship and then you launched with this one. Like, that doesn't make any sense. You're right. That is correct. This is just an implementation that we have currently. Things may or may not change. Don't worry. We are very well aware that it's different from the cutscene. So yeah, there's still more elements coming together. I promise.
Adam, Dax, and the severely wounded Ben arrive on an abandoned
man,
military outpost,
no
which was
new
once
vocals
Dax's
here?
hideout. Dax guides Adam through the base to the bridge.
Shucks.
There, they realize that there is a problem with the main reactor which needs to be repaired. Dax explains that they can place the wounded Ben in a cryopod for the meantime. While carrying Ben to the medical bay, They discuss what needs to be done with the base. The cryopod will hold Ben until they can find power and medical supplies to cure him. Adam insists on knowing more about Dax's background and long-term plans. Dax, however, asks Adam to be more patient and trusting, and promises that more information will come. Adam, although suspicious, realizes he has few people he can count on.
Oh my goodness, people taking in some detailed changes. Look at you
Stuff
guys.
needs fixing, but we're still good on resources to patch up our ships or refill our ammo should things go south. There's also some space in the storage unit, so feel free to dump your cargo whenever it's getting cramped in that Sentinel. Here's a list of what we need to fix the reactor.
Scrap metal, a cooling unit, all pretty straightforward.
The cooling unit could be a problem. Check out that nearby debris field. That's your best shot at finding one. By the way, I took the liberty of installing 2 devices into your ship.
Hey, that's nice.
An EMP generator and an energized boost.
Not sure how I feel about you mucking around inside my ship.
Yeah, well, let me know how you feel once one of my goodies saves your life.
All right, so as you can see, we've also adjusted the timings of certain elements being delivered to the player. This is also in congruence with just, well, a number of reasons, really. It's all mostly to adjust and optimize the experience so that you can get what you need to do and go on your merry little way, while also giving you a sample of the things that you can accomplish. So right out of the gate, the devices are given to you from Dax. We've got 2 devices. I put stuff on screen. If you want to read it, awesome. You can pause it, go back, whatever. But basically, it's just telling you, hey, you have devices. You can equip these. So now we're going to do just that. So we head over to our devices. Oh, they're already equipped. They're already equipped. They're already... Ooh. 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 All right, we'll look at that later. All right, so... Well, we got the 2 new devices. Pretty excited about that. That's going to be a nice display for you guys who aren't familiar with anything EVERSPACE related. They are just there to give you some sort of unique trait or ability. It's nice. It's wonderful. I do see a question that did not get answered. I want to make sure that we get this one answered. Excelsior is asking over on YouTube and says, will you redraw the cutscene or switch the ship model in the final version? Actually, I'm not sure which one's it going to be, Excelsior. I know that we do have... I mean, there's still a lot more to the cutscenes that need to be adjusted. So even that first one that has full voice acting in it, it's not completed. I know the subtitles didn't match up, but there's still more work being done. It might very well be a change of the ships that are in the hangar bay so that it reflects the ships that we have now. Since we want to make sure that you're starting with a ship that can be customized and go forwards, right? So that's probably the direction that we'll end up taking it. But I've been wrong before. Sometimes my coworkers like to throw me for a loop, and we'll see what happens, but pretty confident that it will be an adjustment to the cutscene. Now, that being said, if you're wondering about ship models themselves and like, is this one the final one? Like, will this be the first ship we gain control of? That's not finalized either. There's a lot more details that can be changed even on the medium ship classes that we've mostly been flying up to this time, okay? There's so much more on its way. I'm trying not to give you non-answers, but I almost have to because of the scope we have for the title. So just know that we really want to deliver and make sure that your options are massive when it comes to these elements, okay? All right. Bobbleheads confirmed. Goodness gravy. You know, I will say this though, we had a little internal conversation about cockpit development and implementations of stuff like bobbleheads, okay? And overall, I do think that the general feeling that we have is, you know, that's even further customization that's almost niche pertaining to what the development that we already have, right? Like a lot of people, they want their ship to reflect who they are, what they're doing, how they're going about their business, right? So that's why we've invoked this modular-based approach to the ship where your body, your engines, the cockpit itself, the wings, they're all customized, even on the exact same type of ship, back to back. You have 2 Sentinels that can look incredibly different, and they can even operate differently based on modifiers and abilities, right? So when we go into that hyper niche territory of like internal cockpit customization of having like a bobblehead, like I'm not saying we're not gonna do it, but also keep in mind, that is a lot of extra energy that we're putting out for content that doesn't actually impact gameplay or performance, right? And what we really wanna put emphasis on right now, especially through early access, is gameplay and performance. So a lot of that's gonna be content that is valuable, that's adding a rich, diverse amount of experiences to be had from the game, right? So do keep that in mind. I'm not saying no, but I am saying it's really not something we're concerned about, okay? So just want to get that out in the air. You guys know the stream's all about transparency from us. So, cool. All right. All right. So now let's go flying about. Let's do some more things. We'll just check our storage really quick. I don't think there's anything new to show here at this point in time. There were some adjustments and features made to some of the inventory management. We'll talk about that as time goes on, especially as we get perks, which perks are not available yet. This also goes into the timing window to help you guys soak in the experience of the game. You'll actually see that here in just a moment, why we did that. So let's go, let's go. Let's see, I'm trying to remember where we moved all of our secret stuff to, because we moved things around. As you can see, I mean, you can very clearly see that there's been adjustments made and whatnot. We will go in here. This should have a cargo unit for us. That's nice. What is this? An Eterna bypass chip software. An incomplete part of rerouted military-grade circuitry designed to amplify shipboard instruction, all while avoiding a connection to the Eterna network. A whole stack of these will construct a mountable augment. Interesting. Okay. 20 iron. I didn't actually know this was added. Thank you, Hans Christian or Andy, or whoever is responsible for this. Oh my gosh, that's so nice. All right. Augments. Augments. We got perks and specials and modifiers and augments, devices. Man, we're running out of words. Goodness. Get some crystals. Man, I think that these Hydras, like, there's a lot more to appreciate about these things, you know. Yeah, they're just mostly aesthetics right now, but just take a moment to soak these in. There's some nice detail quality going on there, okay? I think that we've put these together pretty well. They're not dangerous yet. They're just pleasant. Woo. Wait, can we? Pew. Oh. Ooh. Oh goodness. Oh. It's nice. It's nice. All right. Grab this container and let's start collecting our elements from scratch as we slowly but surely discover new things, I'm sure.
I reckon GMB didn't know you were a clone.
No, just 8 more shifts and they would have paid me a ticket to Eden 12.
Eden 12, huh? That's one ridiculous name.
Yeah.
They have lakes there?
Cool. I dig lakes. When I was a kid, my old man used to take me kayaking almost every day. That was on Byron 4, just before the whole place went to hell.
What's kayaking?
You serious? Scrap, we've got a visitor.
Leave him to me.
Maybe a good time to pop that gift bag and try one of your new devices. In the meantime, I'll lock the front door, just in case.
What's kayaking? All right, let's go say hello to this guy. Oh, excellent. Our damage instructor is still showing up. That's fine. I don't know if this is intentional or not, but it is important to know that there are 3 main elements of attacking: your shield, your armor, and your hull. And that's all illustrated here as we talk about kinetic and energy damage. Both of these play a very pivotal role in how you're going to approach your situations and overcome the challenges that await you within EVERSPACE 2. Very good. Very good. Wait, is there dunking going on in chat and I'm missing it? Hang on a second. I need to I need to see what's going on here. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, EVERSPACE 1 did come out on Switch. This is a true statement. Yeah, no, it's totally fine. I know that the community here is pretty kind. You guys are pretty good people. And when you're not, you get banned. That's just how it works. But most of our regulars, and especially newcomers, they're always so thoughtful in their questions. It's a good time here. So yeah, it's all good.
What are you doing here? Rhodia is our turf.
Man, I flung by him way too fast. I used an EMP generator to disable him, and then I'm too far over here. That wasn't the best combination use of those devices, but you know what? That's okay.
There, alone again.
He must have detected us when we reactivated the hangar.
Probably.
So about kayaking.
Kayaking. Best thing ever. Say, they never told us soldier grunts how you clones worked.
Ooh, more dark matter.
But I heard they gave you guys fake memory fragments to keep you motivated while fighting. If kayaking isn't in there, someone clearly didn't do their job.
My memories are fragmented, but not fake. They're a mix of random experiences taken from my clone father's life and every incarnation that came before me. All passed on from clone to clone, until they ended up with me.
Holy! So you're some kind of body-hopping immortal soul.
Well, not anymore. The cycle was broken. So this time when I die, I'm done.
You know what I would do if I were you?
No, what?
Not croak before I've been kayaking. I really mean it.
If I ever get the chance, I will.
So, hopefully this doesn't bear repeating, but spoilers.
More outlaws.
Make sure that the area is cleared before you head back. Don't want anyone to kiss and tell about this base.
We're gonna keep exploring the debris field before we go address those vagrants. Some of the shipwreck models have also been updated to reflect other ships as well. Something that's kind of exciting. So as we're flying about all the pieces and the parts in this area, you might see something a little bit new. So keep your eyes nice and peeled. Like this little guy, for example. Oh, cooling unit, perfect. Some more scrap metal, beautiful. All right, let's head back over to these guys. Oh, something else I wanted to point out. It might be hard to see, but we actually have seen this scrap metal over there. But when we flew over to the other side, it didn't actually appear on our radar. That's because we have a more, how do I want to describe this? An attentive radar system for you guys. So that means that the stuff that you are closer to, you're gonna be able to see. If there's not stuff close to you, if there's like less number of things, but they're really far away, you'll see them, but at a very reduced visibility, okay? We've also optimized a couple other systems pertaining to neutrals versus enemies, so that if you have enemies on your radar, you're always going to be able to track them. Granted, you'll see ones that are closer to you versus far away, but hopefully you'll see that there's been just a wide-scale improvement overall to the UI, so it's not nearly as cluttered. That's a very common feedback we received through the course of the prototype even, but also the beta. So let's go aggress.
Hey, Knockroach was right. We've got new neighbors. Let's give them the tour.
Ooh, ramming techniques. Okay, I feel you. Much better.
There's quite a lot of traffic around here.
Yeah, something must have happened to our cloaking system. Any luck with those resources yet?
Checked off everything on the list.
Great. Now bring the parts so we can give that reactor a whirl.
Yeah, sure, all familiar with this secret. I always collect this every time. Cloaked containers. They are a representation of the secrets that you'll find in our handcrafted worlds that we're designing. So I want to put a little bit more emphasis on this. just for anybody who's new to the experience of EVERSPACE 2, especially for those of you who have seen EVERSPACE 1 and saw it as a procedurally generated experience through a roguelike. So this game's entirely different, okay? This is now an open world RPG that you are meant to explore, much like a first-person shooter, actually. What? Did he just say a first-person shooter? Yes. I actually said a first-person shooter, not a space simulation. You'll see this right out of the gate with the controls. In fact, for those of you with a very fine eye, you have caught that the ship moves more like a helicopter. What? A helicopter, a first-person shooter helicopter game? This doesn't make any sense. Now, hang on a second, okay? I want you to imagine, if you will, for a second, you're playing a first-person shooter where you're running around on the ground, right? The level of precision that you have with your controls. Is it something where it's like you start moving in one direction and then you have to keep walking a little bit before you turn and then move the other direction? Like, does it have like this sluggish sort of motion bound to it? The answer is obviously no, it doesn't. In first-person shooters, the precision, the level of control that you have is exact. So the second you move to the left, your character immediately starts moving in that opposite direction. This is important to the first-person shooter to grant you precision of your controls, of your aiming, of your maneuverability, of your abilities themselves. All of these things are integral to how that control support is bound to the game experience. That is no different in EVERSPACE 2. The controls, the flexibility of your movement are vital to your success here, except we are able to add hovering and strafing to the mix in a 6 degrees of freedom environment. So again, I say this is crafted after a first-person shooter environment. If you are coming over from a space sim territory, looking at EVERSPACE 2 going, man, this looks like a great space sim, I give you a warning, because this is not designed as a space sim. This is designed as a first-person looter shooter. I'm putting an incredible amount of emphasis on that because I want to make sure you guys know what's up, okay? Does it fly like a fighter jet? No, it flies like a helicopter, and this is very much intended. Absolutely intended. All for your ability to control with precision. Now let's see what we found here. We have a mine launcher, we'll absolutely take that. And we have a pseudo signal decoder. Oh, I guess we're finding all kinds of new things. Does that say, guys, does that say activate on it? All right. Oh, I just have to read this. A first-person, third-person space helicopter shooter RPG. I see. Yeah, exactly. 100%. Good talk. Oh, wait, we have to fight these bad guys first. No, those aren't bad guys. We already fought the bad guys. Those were anemones. The anemones that we made upset. All right, here we go.
All right, let's fix the scrapper.
Okay, so now another very important change, just as a whole, whenever you first dock into the base, we realized that we had kind of a clunky sort of way that the perks start. So from the beta players, you probably recognize this, where you can actually spend the resources you gained on your ship perks before you return to base, making it impossible to complete the first mission. Well, we don't want to do that. So now the resources that you get are actually invested in your first perk, so you can have a better understanding of how these function and operate. So the very first perk right out of the gate is from Dax, and it's called the Reactor to the home base. So we have to give that scrap metal we found, we have to give the Aethium crystal shards we found, and we have to get that cooling unit we found. Bada bing, bada boom.
Ha! It worked. Never thought I'd miss this shabby place. Those Bloodstar idiots had me locked up for ages.
What do they want from you?
Well, what they want from everyone. Credits and information. Unfortunately for them, I don't share with outlaws. Anyway, this is where we're at right now. We've got lights, climate control, and access to scans of our vicinity.
Can the scans help me navigate Superlight again? I can't fly blind forever.
Good idea. We can't reconnect our navs, or the fleet would immediately locate our asses. But with these scans, Here, have a look.
Cedo Outer Rim, Rhodia Orbit, and Union Bridge? That's as far as we can scan?
It's far enough for now. At least what we need to do next. I need you to fly to all 3 locations, and keep an eye out for little devices we like to call beanies.
Beanies?
That's short for beanbags. They're small DIY signal distractors, and used to keep this base off enemy radars. But obviously they don't anymore.
Sounds like a job for Ben. You need an engineer on this, not me. Why don't we focus on getting him fixed first?
No time. We're lit like a bonfire. If we don't figure out what's wrong with the distractors now, we won't live long enough to save Ben. Tend to the beanies and make us vanish. That'll give us time to figure out what to do with your friend.
Should probably tell that the dialogue options have changed a little bit here. Not options, excuse me. The dialogue pacing and delivery has changed here to help connect that story just a little bit more. I also want to point out, over on YouTube, we've got a very friendly individual who's been helping answer a couple questions that they have realized. And they've also got a question about radar and item detection in EVERSPACE 1. There is one certain glyph which allows to see every item. Yes. Will we have such in EVERSPACE 2? Well, I suppose it's possible. We haven't gotten into the full reign of specialized modules, but I mean, for sure, it's a possibility. Like, I'm not going to discount that. Whenever we go into the broader scope of the itemization and the different modifiers of the items, that could be a point of conversation if it comes up, if that is one of the items or if it's not, and we can explain why from that point. Also, you're noting that it's not helicopter-like. You're right, because helicopters can't, you know, spin upside down. I'm more talking about the general playing field. When you're comparing a helicopter versus a jet, it's a really easy way for people to see a flying game and making the realization that it's more one way or the other. Because I think there's a pretty stark assumption that when you see the ship here, it should act like a jet, and that's simply untrue. It's actually operating more like a helicopter. Granted, there's more things in addition to that that make it not an actual helicopter movement, and you're right, absolutely 100% correct. It's just the association for distinguishment. All right? But seriously, thank you. I appreciate that. All right. Let me see what else. Was there another question? Was there a question that I missed? I'm making sure that you guys are getting what you need. When are the giveaways? Well, there aren't any giveaways today, but we did break into the early access display of all things. Giveaways will pop up occasionally. You'll just have to stay informed. It's actually a really nice transition just to talk very briefly about our Discord and the Twitch and the YouTube and the Twitter and the Reddit. Oh my goodness. Yes, that's right. I am making sure you guys can follow all of these things to be in the know of when we do have another giveaway, because we like having you guys invested in this, and we like having you guys involved through development so that we can get some really rich feedback. It's important. It helps us grow. It helps you get what you want. It's just a win-win all around. So absolutely make sure that you are following all these locations, especially the Discord. That's a really strong point of community for us. We like to chat with you. Sometimes we make fun of you. We share memes in there. A lot of gallery shots. Oh my gosh. Some of the most incredible shots from the game you've ever seen come straight from you guys. So definitely worth your time. And then of course, in addition to all of that, we let you know whenever the giveaways come up. Boom, bada, bing, bam, boom. Woo! Okay. Excellent. I just want a mod so we can hear air go pew, 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 pew. Yeah, maybe. Maybe it's coming. Maybe it's in the works. Maybe if there's a toggle in the game right now, all I have to... No, it's not there. That would be silly. Okay, so we are now assigned the mission to go and grab the beanbags. No big deal. Wonderful, fantastic, amazing. Thoughts on tiny nanobots bouncing around on the ship's hull while repairing? Oh my goodness. That could be interesting. We already do have some very beautiful meshes that show the ship taking damage and also recovering from said damage. I think other layers on top of that, already using our modular-based approach for the variety of ships that you can have. We're getting deep. We're already getting deep. I think we're gonna probably hold off on making that more vibrant, and instead we're gonna focus on adding more content to the game experience. But I mean, I do like the suggestion. I do like the suggestion, don't get me wrong. I do think it's just a little too much though. Okay, so let's go ahead and launch back out here. We got a couple of places to go. And for the sake of showcasing it, I'm also gonna go in here and we are going to activate this Cedo signal decoder. right now. So we're gonna wait to do this when we hit level 2, and I'll explain why. We're gonna wait to hit level 2 before we use them. Quick redaction, but soon, I promise. Excuse me. Oh yeah, oh my goodness, I don't know how I read over these comments. A lot of people saying Descent. Yeah, very much like Descent style controls. Absolutely, absolutely. This Dax is like he stays on the ship with you or he stays in a place. Right now he's staying at the home base. He did fly away from the outlaw base with us.
Any sign of the beanie out there?
Don't know. I got this marker jumping around on my display though.
Could be it. Try to follow it and keep me posted. By the way, if you need better tech, there used to be a trader around that area. Calls her shop the Flying Duchess. Maybe worth checking out.
Neat. Flying Duchess. Perfect. All right, hitting level 2. We've gotten some boosts to our stats. Thank you for giving me more information on what happens when it levels up. As a first-time player, this is vital for me to understand and to enjoy. I will read every single one of these words. Yes, very good. Excellent. I have absorbed this knowledge. I am a better gamer because of it. For all of those who already knew this information, excellent, that's great. But as a new player, isn't it so nice to be informed? Oh my gosh. Okay, let's answer a couple questions. Is EVERSPACE 2 more story-based or less than EVERSPACE 1? I would say it's far more story-based, especially because it has RPG tagged in it. But as far as roguelikes are concerned, I will say that EVERSPACE 1, I'm a roguelike enthusiast. I'm gonna fully admit that. I love playing roguelikes, but the story arcs in EVERSPACE 1 feels really nice. I don't think that there's a lot of roguelikes that actually have powerful or meaningful story arcs because they tend to be reset and you like change the way that things happen. Not to say that they can't be good, because there are some really excellent ones out there, but I do feel that EVERSPACE 1 actually carries its weight in that sense with its story. It's hard to digest though if you die a lot. So it's best to like experience all in a single run, which can be hard to do. That all being said, yes, EVERSPACE 2, RPG, we have to put a lot of emphasis on making sure that the deliverable pertaining to the story is poppin'. And it's also lore-centric for us to make sure it makes sense. So as we're transitioning from the events of EVERSPACE 1 to EVERSPACE 2, you're going to see a lot of parallels. You're gonna see familiar characters. You're gonna see a lot of familiarity with items and ships. There's gonna be a lot that comes back that you might remember and be like, oh, hey, there's that thing. It's gonna feel really nice in that sense from a lore-centric perspective. Also, one last point to carry over. There's a lot to talk about when we're talking about story. Because the foundation of the game changed, roguelike to open world RPG, when that foundation changes, that means other systems do have to change in the process. So something that you might be familiar with and how it operates from EVERSPACE 1 will return, but it might operate differently to serve the foundation. All right? Cool. If it's a looter shooter akin to Borderlands, ooh, does that mean the loot is similarly procedurally generated? Yes, it does in fact mean that. Really important question. In EVERSPACE 1, there is no reverse boosting. Will there be reverse boosting here? Yes. Yes, let me show you. Yeah, it's here. Yeah, you can boost in whatever direction you want. And also, if you want to get really freaky deaky, you can actually like boost sideways and then turn off your inertia dampeners and then boost forward, and look, now we're going diagonal. Right? You can start doing some really cheeky maneuvers using the inertia dampeners and boosting to do like this really smooth rotation around the asteroid. That was close. We're turning inertia dampeners off because we're gonna die. But yeah, you can do some really pleasant controls by utilizing inertia dampening now, if that's the way you want to go. If you don't, I mean, by all means, keep your full, precise controls and movements. It's important. We understand. Grab this escape pod. Whoops. The war's over. You're on your own now. Yeah, thanks, you privileged morons. And where did you expect us to go? Palamon Station is in shambles, and you generals are lounging somewhere in Lizard Land. Would have been nice to at least send a bye-bye note to us expendables. Instead, all we got was a lousy freighter that barely made it to Nemertes. We're gonna say that's correct. Then Hernandez said he could patch up the generator with that stuff we'd loaded, but that only made things worse. Wasn't this whole Liz Tech the reason all of this started in the first place? Hope you choke on your plasma gen, you cowards!
Looks like the pilot never made it back to his freighter. Huh, it may still even be there.
All right. So pulling that bad boy off, feeling pretty good about what we are accomplishing here. There's a lot of territory to explore in this site. I kind of want to fast track it a little bit more to the main mission. We will take out a couple more outlaws here and maybe some goods from this base. And then we'll move forward. I always like taking out drones first. It's important to my health. Beautiful. Also, when we spun around there, I don't know if anyone else caught it, but I saw a secret. Aha! I see a crack. Handcrafted environments means specific loot is bound to little secret locations. So make sure that you are exploring and using your eyes, not just your instruments on your ship. There will be subtle features and tools right under your nose. Okay, I really don't want to get too close to these outlaw turrets. We're gonna go over here instead. Okay, bomb thrower, all right, very good. Oh, nice, we also have our ult. So every single ship subclass has a different ultimate associated with it. And these are very powerful abilities that provide a specific tool for your specific ship type. On the Sentinel, we use a massive overcharge increase that has the effect of the lightning gun from EVERSPACE 1, except it does a bit more damage. All right, so we're also gonna take this Eterna bypass. Ooh, we got 2 of them now. And the Quantum Entangler. A new device hidden right under our nose. We've been getting a couple new items. So I think we are going to, we're going to replace the autocannon with this beam laser. Now I'm gonna just let my mouse hover over this for a second because I have to scratch my eyes and maybe you'll catch something new that's added that we won't talk about yet, but I want you to be aware of the new UI. All right, cool. Oh, ouch! Those mines certainly pack more of a punch.
Integrity's getting low. Use some nanobots to try to make it to a nearby station. They'll patch you up there.
Be really careful with those mines. They mean serious business. Ooh! Oh! What's this? Oh, they got fighters. Okay. Oh good, those drones are just flying around because they don't have any more control. Nice! Alright, one more fighter to go. Okay, the deed is done. Got a little hot, but we're okay. A couple of scratches. Alright. So let's go over here to this Flying Duchess and see what this business is all about. And then we'll start looking about this ping that's happening on the radar. It's kind of showing up a little bit over there. Maybe that base has something to do with it, so we'll have a look. Beam lasers aren't lock-on anymore. very keen observation. Also, look at all these resources. My goodness. I'm just gonna scoop some of this up while I'm here. I mean, not sure what happened, but I'll take it. Another shipwreck, perfect. Energy charger. Does look like we are low on space, so we might sell some things here at the Flying Duchess.
Oh, would you look at that? Customer or outlaw?
Customer, I guess. But can't you be both?
Not here at the Flying Duchess, you can't. I operate an honest business.
I see.
Say, you look like you could handle yourself very well in a situation. Are you up for some challenges? Hunting outlaws in a more creative way. I'll even throw in some reward for you. What do you say?
Let me take a look.
Sounds good. I see a big question here. Let's go ahead and answer this. Over on YouTube, coming from an individual. I can't even tell what your username is. Is that a little degree symbol? I'm not sure. But the big question is, can I please have some in-game, super expensive, whatever painful way to remove ship's maximum speed limit? Well, I suppose that's possible. I mean, there's definitely going to be modifiers to increase movement speed. Again, we have to relate it to that first-person shooter sort of experience, right? So if we have a game where, like, say, you're running around on the ground with a gun, and then you can just, like, run infinitely quickly, I mean, if that adds value, that's sure. If we, like, remove the limitation from that, that could be a lot of fun. It could be silly. It could be exciting. You could use that in a couple of different ways, I think. Yeah. But I think ultimately what we want to do is make sure that each ship has an impact on its features and styles towards what you are doing in the game. So if you want to have a ship that's going to be going super crazy fast, there's actually going to be a ship for you. And it happens to be the same ship that I enjoy very much. Guaranteed. In addition to that, we do have in-game modifiers that will be applicable to your stylization through the use of what are called ancient rifts. We'll talk more about those later, but basically it's in-game content where you can find better and better and better and better gear. Even when you're maxed out on your level, even when you're done with the story, even when everything feels completed, it's still going to offer new ways to increase your abilities or modify your abilities to get exactly what you want out of it. So very good question. Very good question, and that's the direction we are taking it in. So let's see. I think I saw another question. Ooh, maybe I missed it already and it's gone by. It probably did. But if I missed your question, let me know, and we'll see if we can hook you up again. So let's go ahead and look in here what we've got. We've got some challenges we've just been given. You guys have seen these before. Newcomers, challenges are basically do these specific things and you'll get a reward. There's going to be a lot of new challenges that you'll see as the game gets developed. And there's also going to be a lot of different reputations that are beneficial to you as well. Right now, we only have 3 subclasses of the GMB faction. There are a number of other factions in the game. Even if you look at the core game of EVERSPACE 1, there were Outlaws, Okars, GMB, Ancients. Then you had a sub-faction of the Outlaws known as the Coalition. Then you also have Colonials. So that's 6 right there, and we are seeing 1 faction split out into 3. So this will absolutely increase. There will be different ways to interact with and align your standing with certain persons over others. Just to throw it out there as well, I'm sure I probably missed this in chat. Somebody's probably like, oh, is this like Freelancer? Yes, but no. This game is not trying to be a Freelancer, okay? Let's put that right in front of us right now, okay? If you are wanting the next Freelancer, okay, you will see that we've certainly taken inspiration from that, but this is not meant to be like the culmination of that experience. No, this is our take on what we want to present in an open world RPG experience with looter shooter mechanics at the forefront, okay? And we have our own story that we want to explore forward, give you a lot of player agency and how you customize and build yourself up over time. Yeah, again, there are parallels to Freelancer, but still, this is not like, it's not like the culmination of that. Inspiration alone. Okay, now with that out of the way, let's go ahead and dive back into this. We've got a number of new elements that I think are just straight up better than what we had before, like this mine launcher, which is uncommon. Also has 20% increased damage if your ship is exposed to sunlight, so we'll absolutely take that on. Also looks like we have a level, oh, it's another level 1 beam laser, but it's also uncommon. 30% increased damage against units with a higher level than your own. We'll absolutely take that. We're getting some basic modifiers. Don't worry, there are new ones that we will talk about when they show up. But otherwise, yeah, I'm feeling pretty all right about this. So we hit level 2, so let's go ahead and activate this Cedo signal decoder. So it says there's a new location, a high-risk area, and it showed up right here on the map. A place that is probably full of hostiles. All right. Excellent. So we have a new location that we can venture into. Otherwise, I think we're gonna sell some stuff. And you know what, just for kicks and giggles, because I want you to look right up here. We're just gonna do that really quick. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and sell the cooling unit as well and the dark matter. We don't need that. And now we will be on our, actually no. Do we have any armor? Do we have some armor? We have a lot of iron. That's a lot of iron. Maybe we want to increase our tractor beam. Let's see, how much iron do we currently have? We have 20. We'll buy 10 more iron for this, because iron can seriously be hard to come by. So, okay, we've got 30 iron. Let's plug all of that in. We've got all the Aethium crystal shards. Oh, did we sell power cells? I think did we sell him power cells? No, it doesn't look like we did. Okay. That's fine. Beautiful. That's coming together well. We're almost at this next level for the tractor beam, it seems. We've got more Aethium crystal shards to go. We'll go from there. All right. So launch off of the Flying Duchess. They've flown about a bit. Let's go explore this territory. Oh yeah, actually that's a good way of describing my little freelancer rant. It's not freelancer different much. Yeah. It's different. Yeah, if somebody somehow took that as like, oh, well, if it's not freelancer, then it's bad. Well, that's your opinion, and that's fine to have. I disagree with it, but yeah, this is a different game. Much like this is different from Star Citizen, or Elite Dangerous, or No Man's Sky. Believe it or not, they're all very unique in their own ways, even though they all have spaceships. All right. I get the drone first. Oh, God. There we go. Everything's better. Much better. EMP is a wonderful device to start out with. Let's go explore this thing. Michael Kinley, I see that you...
hidden in a giant shipwreck surrounded by mines?
I do remember a wreck, but it's been a while since we had the beanies out there.
So, yeah, I just want to answer this out loud. We do have, I believe it's Michael who's answering the Rockfish Games YouTube channel. Michael is the CEO of Rockfish Games, by the way. So, thank you for being here, Michael. It really does mean a lot. And the question is, I'm a backer. Thank you for the support. And I think the shield bar is hard to see. Is there a way to change the HUD to make it bigger or more central like EVERSPACE 1? Okay. Michael's official response was, while the UI is not set in stone, we probably won't have UI customization going that far in the final game. And so I just want to put a little bit more emphasis on this. Yeah, you know, all of your health information is in the upper left. If you go into first person mode, it's in the very middle, above your, or below your indicator, right there. Maybe that's more optimal for you to see your details. I'm not sure. But as far as like having wide scale UI customization, that is, woo, I think that's awesome to desire. That'd be really cool to see. But this also goes into that sort of aspect where we want to put a lot of emphasis in creating content to experience, right? So customization is important. Obviously, we're providing a lot of customization, but we also want to make sure that we're making content to customize, if that makes sense. So we'll see what time allows. We'll see what time allows, but it's certainly not a priority. All right, Culver shards, rocket launcher, ooh, nanobots. Also, just want to show this off. We do have new graphic for the rocket launcher. So now you see that it's very barrage heavy, much like you would expect it to be. We're just gonna pop those into place. I'm a big fan of the rocket launchers. We're also gonna take these containers. Actually, something I kind of glossed over there is, I'm not even sure why I glossed over it, but we picked up some energy cores. You can actually grapple onto certain things in the environment and you can move them around. So there is a physics-based system at work here. I'm actually trying to do this. So I could grab this mine and then redirect it to attack my enemies. Now, doing that in a massive minefield is not exactly the smartest thing to do, but there are opportunities. Michael behind the keyboard, excellent. Thanks for being here, boss. Literally, he's my boss.
It's infested with hydras.
That could explain the weak signal.
Excellent.
Cleared it. Burst beanies back online.
Excellent. For a proper disappearing act, we need 2 more.
Wonderful. So now we can head out to the next destination. So I'll ask you guys, would you rather have me go to a new location, or should we go pick up that high-risk territory that we discovered?
Originally, I was stationed in the Athens system. It's part of a rearguard subunit. We did some scouting missions, but really not much else.
How many were you?
Around 12. Some died, some became outlaws. 2 pals and I got out before the war got really ugly. This is where we ended up.
Feels like the edge of the universe.
It isn't, but if you squint, you can see it from here.
All right, so it looks like we've got people just saying high risk, high risk, high risk. Did it disappear from our radar? Gosh dang it, I thought we fixed that bug. I'm telling you guys, it's a work in progress. We'll have to get it back. Don't you worry, we'll get another one. That cheeky marker. That cheeky marker. Don't worry, we'll fix it, we'll fix it. We'll get there next time. That's the one caveat to showing you guys exactly where we're at with development, is that you're gonna have some moments like that where it's like, hey, I wanna show you this, and it's just busted, right? The double-edged sword of letting you guys in on this bleeding edge development. But maybe we can get another one. I think I know where a couple are hidden.
Found one of your beanies. Looks like an asteroid bumped off half of its antennas.
Maybe we're lucky and they got caught up somewhere. Hey, try running a holo scan to simulate the crash.
And what do you think I just did?
Smart man.
So I'm sure there's gonna be somebody who makes the observation like, well, that looks really basic. Yes. Work in progress. All right.
There's one.
If the joints are up for it, you don't have to be a Quark mechanic to reattach them.
First part fits.
Beautiful. We got some enemies to deal with first. Maybe? Maybe? Yeah, we're gonna have to fight. Nothing too crazy, just some drones and fighters.
Hey, I'm trying to do some repair work here.
Nice. Whoop!
Cross another one off.
right, so it looks like we're seeing more pieces. We got an energy socket in there. There's an energy sphere dispenser that we've picked up on our local radar. But for now, we are going to focus in on the one item that we didn't find, but it's right over here. To fix this beanbag. Beautiful.
Good as new. Second one's up.
Nice. One more and the show is on.
Neat. All right, just gonna look at more of these questions and whatnot. Make sure I'm not missing anything. You guys are all just sitting back enjoying. That's great. That's fantastic. I also do want to make sure you guys know, like, this is a community stream first and foremost, right? So I'm showing you all new, exclusively brand new, like world exclusive. You know the drill. Like, this is all happening today and onward every single Friday up until early access for EVERSPACE 2. And if you guys have questions, if you have thoughts, if you want to like start a conversation with me or with fellow developers in the chat, ask your questions away, because these streams are cultivated for you. Well, maybe not you, but you. Sincerely though, use us, ask us questions. Let's have a good time together, okay? The question is, what's the Jeep? Oh, whoops.
That was Maddox's idea. Said they make our indicator jump around like beanbags getting juggled.
Juggled?
Man, you obviously never had to endure shift duty. Hey, Station AI, give Adam all the data you have on juggling.
Affirmative.
Huh. Didn't know we had access to an AI.
We hadn't, until I just repaired it.
Cool. And, who's Maddox?
Not just some moron I used to surf with. Scrap, the filter's rattling again. Talk to you soon.
Neat. What's the GB for EVERSPACE 2 again? That stands for Grady and Brunt. If you're seeing GB logos around, they are a very prominent and important faction in the bowels of EVERSPACE's foundation. They are effectively the massive corporation that has settled into the demilitarized zone after the militarization that occurred. So they're here to extract all of those rich, delicious ores, scoop up all the leftover remains from the wars, and then use it to build their bustling empire, which happens to be mostly like an Earth force, if you will. I use that term loosely because Earth is a long ways away from where we are at. It does exist though, and that is where we all came from in this world, where the colonials started settling in. But Grady and Brunt is the kind of aftermath of all of that happening, and they're strictly here for business. Mostly. Sort of. All right. Bustling Bub. Oh my gosh. No, it was Hustling Bub. Thank you very much. Okay, that was the mistake I made. Only noticed the new voice acting. Oh man, got too used to the text boys in the beta that it just seemed normal. No, I totally understand. No, yeah, but voice work has been a pleasure to see come to this game. I know a lot of people really love that text to speech. And that's fine. You guys can enjoy that. That's great. But yeah, I love this. Let's go to this beanbag.
Found it. It's covered in debris.
Pausing before we do this, there is another question here. About Fridays, how do we tell exact time a stream is starting? The streams always start at the exact same time, so it's gonna be 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, so you'll have to convert that because I'm really bad at converting that. That's not actually my local time zone. But they always start at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Friday, and they last for approximately 2 hours. Sometimes I might be like a minute late starting it. Sometimes I might be a minute early, who knows? But I'm pretty consistent, I feel like, at ending around 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that's kind of how you'll know when that starts, how long it goes. What happened with the Okar and EVERSPACE 2? Well, we haven't really discovered them yet. But we know that they're there since we are in their territory. So a quick lore section. Settle down, children. Sit down as I tell you a story. Oh, yes. The Okar are the reptilian race that were within the Beltergrades cluster, otherwise known as the DMZ now. They were all here, they're doing their thing, interacting all normal, and the colonials show up and they're just like, oh snap! And so then you have pew, 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 and like everybody dies, the end, except not the end. It's just like, all right, you know what? We're both really super powerful. Let's make a treaty so we can actually live. Is life a good thing? Do we like our lives? They're like, yes, we do, except you're gonna give us control over the DMZ. And the colonials were like, now wait a second, hang on a second. How about this? How about you let us do our mining peacefully of stuff that you don't want, and you have ownership policing the place. And they were like, yes, I think that's a great agreement. Shake hands, perfect. So the Okar mostly are here to prevent colonial militarized forces of jumping in because they are not allowed. But also they're here to stop outlaw threats, stuff like that. So that Grady and Brunt, the very peaceful and absolutely not corrupt company whatsoever, can do their bidding in accordance to these treaties that were signed. Simply put, in the Cedo system, there's just not a lot of Okar interaction because Grady and Brunt has it locked down. So the Okar are just kind of like, okay, nothing to see here. We're gonna be elsewhere. And that's all the more I can say on that as at this time.
And its power core fell off. I'll plug it back in.
No, keep your distance.
Too late.
Oops. I got just a little too close. Whoops. That's fine. Level 3, no problem. I think our beam laser does increase damage versus higher level anyway, so that was nice.
How did you know it was a trap?
It's called scavenger baiting. Outlaws do that a lot. Besides, beanbags don't run on power cores. So, removing the debris should be enough.
Done. All beanbags are back online.
You can see that. Our base marker is now everywhere but here.
Neat.
You can come back to base now. I found something that can make life a lot easier for you.
Marksman thermogun? Okay. Okay, all right, I'll take it. I do like me a marksman thermogun. Ooh! Oh! Oh, guys, that feels great. Oh, that feels so good. Yeah, we want this weapon. All right. So let's go ahead and head back to base. Beautiful.
Station AI, do you link?
Affirmative.
Good. Make a cross search on Maddox and Dax. I don't know their last names.
Found multiple mentions in the Aethon mutiny. Second Lieutenant Dexter Dax Bashar is facing murder and desertion charges after the death of First Lieutenant Gabat Voigt. It is believed he was assisted and is still accompanied by Lieutenant Henley Maddox, transferring full entry to pilot log.
A mutiny, huh?
Well. Well. All right, back to base. Oh, and if you haven't noticed, just for anybody coming into the stream, spoilers. When's this releasing? We have the early access phase opening up for everybody in January of next year. That's like a month? Is that right? It's hard for me to math. So 5 to carry the 2. Yeah, it's pretty close. Pretty excited about that. In addition to that, the full game is coming out in like a year from early access, about that point. So there's still this very wide breadth of space for us to soak in your feedback, all right? So it's very important that I mention this because, again, early access is not some type of like pre-release exclusive way for you to get your hands on the game. Well, I mean, I guess it kind of is, but it's not a pre-order. That's my point, okay? So it's not something where like we want you to like spend your money early so that you can play the game early. It really is a true time-tested and important element for us to get your feedback to make the game better before it launches, okay? So if you love like cracking things open and experiencing things that aren't fine-tuned, then I do encourage you to inspect the early access. Now, if you are somebody who wants to have a flawless gaming experience from the get-go, I think that you might temper yourself and wait for that full 1.0 release. Because I think what you'll do is you'll come into play, you'll start playing the early access, you'll find a bug, and you'll be like, man, this really sucks. You leave a negative review on an early access game because it has a bug in it. We scratch our heads questioning your antics, and we don't get anywhere from that, right? So I really do want to put a lot of emphasis, like this is a way for you to put your mark on the game. If that sounds like who you are, if you want to really invest your time and your energy and also support us through that financially, then absolutely next month is going to be a very exciting time for you as we have that 1 year's worth of time to work directly with you, all of you, to make this the best experience it can possibly be. All right.
Check this out. While going through some old junk, I found some protective plating for your ship. Might give you an edge in an upcoming fight. I put it in our storage.
Absolutely taking that bad boy. Waiting for some armor. Basic metallic alloy for hardened bulkheads. Protects against energy damage. All right.
Fits.
Beautiful.
Dax.
Oh yeah, quick information about plating. We added a new little tutorial. Do you call this a tutorial? No, it's a tooltip. We added a new little tooltip that just goes over plating very lightly. Again, it's really important to understand the difference between energy and kinetic in our title. This is gonna help you distinguish how things are going on your ship, how you need to kind of like navigate, recircuit everything, if you will, through your customization process. Basically, a long story short is that armor completely absorbs energy damage. Completely absorbs it. So if somebody's shooting you with a pulse laser, it's going to do this little bit of damage because pulse laser, tons of energy, low kinetic. Kinetic is the only thing that damages armor. Excellent. Unlike shields, armor does not regenerate. Instead, it must be repaired. So shields regenerate and block kinetic damage. Armor needs to be repaired and blocks energy damage. Sweet.
Who was Gabbert Voigt?
I wondered how long it'd take for you to look me up.
They say it was a mutiny, that you killed your superior officer.
I didn't kill him, but I didn't stop it from happening either. That war, the things we all did, it wasn't right. My friends and I, we had a plan to get out and make it all mean something. But Voigt was hell-bent on stopping us.
And there I was thinking plans were for fools.
Never said I wasn't one myself. Look, I know how hard it can be to trust someone. Maybe you'll find it easier if we focus on fixing up your friend and see where it goes from there.
It's really all I'm asking.
All right, let's start by having you head over to the Union Bridge Station and buy something called a Prime Sense STA. That's an old but untrackable scanner module. With it, we can finally see the entire system without the fleet seeing us back.
And then?
We use the scanner to look for a medical station. We loot the place, beef up our med bay, and let the medical AI patch up your friend.
What if there are no medical stations around?
Cedo isn't that small. We're bound to come across something.
I was hoping for something more solid. Well, alright. What's the name of that scanner? Prime Sense STA?
Correct. Have some faith, and I promise it'll be worth your while.
All right, so we're getting a bit more of that lore drop, tying everything together. For those of you who played the beta, you kind of already know how things progress. But for any of you who are new to the experience whatsoever, we're having a really strong buildup of unlocking all of these new tools and abilities to progress into something far greater. I also see a really good question out here, and that question is, I lost it, and the chat's moving. It's moving quick. Slow down, everybody. Are there currently planned DLC? There we go. That's the question. and it comes from Pippin over on Twitch. So let me just be completely direct. Right now, our focal point is entirely on the base game, right? Like, we're not gonna work on DLC until we're done with what we're doing here. And a lot of time what happens, the ideas that we get for the DLC is from you guys. It's stuff that we just couldn't find to make it work within the allotted time span for development, because we have to be very strict to these deadlines, otherwise the game will never release, excuse me. And we have to make sure that all of that is just really fleshed out, right? So, another major process to that is that we can't plan out what might be the future from that point unless we start planning ahead of time. So, yes, at our initial Kickstarter, we even thought, well, if we want to add more content, what would that potentially look like, right? And we want to make sure that it's going to be a nice, rich experience for all of us. And in order to space out development time to that, yes, we want to plan out DLC in that full package. We have the ideas, we have some concepts already of what we want to do beyond, but our focus is entirely on the base game as of right now. Some people are laughing in chat. I just also want to make sure that, you know, it was an easy jab. Like, come on, that was incredibly low-hanging fruit. Absolutely low-hanging fruit, but we at Rockfish Games, we absolutely love Star Citizen. I'm just throwing that out there right now, okay? So just want to make that abundantly clear. But seriously, you know what's up. All right. Okay, so we got armor plating. That feels really good. We have a couple Eterna bypasses. We need more of those, apparently, to do things. We need a lot more stuff to better our perks that we have, and that's fine. That's all well and good. So let's see, we have about 30 minutes left. I think we're doing really well on time. I don't want to get too far in the story because there might be more beyond what you've seen before. And we want to space this out a little bit. Hopefully we'll see a little bit of new content here in just a moment though. That might be fun. That might be good. I also want to answer a question that was missed. It stems over from YouTube. It's from Aurus. Aurus?
The fleet may still be looking for an illegal clone. So when you talk to the trader, try to be as boring as possible.
I'm flying a stolen combat ship.
You'll think of something.
That's great. All right. So the question is there going to be a hyperspace throttle or something so it doesn't take as much time to completely cross the system? Yeah, so like, for example, if we were trying to get right where we're at to this point, and you wanted it to take like a millisecond, or for example, you're like over here and you wanted to go all the way out here, you want to go to like this planet or something, and you didn't want to have to go down this trade lane and then cross some sort of border and then go into Zarkov and then find some special utility that allows you to transport over here, or, you know, whatever it is, and this would take you like a 10-minute journey. Yeah, I can absolutely 100% just admit right now, we have plans to make sure that traveling around the game space isn't going to cost you an arm and a leg. Like, this is not a title that we want you to be scratching your head on how quickly you can get around. It's a first-person looter-shooter open-world RPG in a spaceship. It's a lot of words, but we want you to have that accessibility of getting where you're going. Woo! There we go. So let's go ahead and head over to this undiscovered site. This is a mission that we picked up by finding that lore log. Seeing some people saying these new dialogue lines are awesome. Yeah, I know that there's some lore junkies in chat, and like, you can tell we've been putting a lot of work, I'm telling you, a lot of work in ensuring that these characters and their story arcs and the expansive campaign that you're adventuring through all comes together.
This must be the freighter mentioned in the log entry.
So I really appreciate your appreciation for it. I think that the team has done a very good job on putting this together. Big shout out to Bernie Duffy, actually, helping us out with compiling the story and bringing it all together. Also, Kevin Mintz, he's doing a lot of mission direction with he has story emphasis in that as well. Kevin is actually one of the members of the Rockfish team. So just massive support.
The wreck dates back to the war. How can it still have so much power? Whatever they fed the generator, it's still pumping.
All right. So we get a little bit of exploration inside of a location. You can see here. Nothing too crazy, but just giving you a what's up pretty early in the game. How things are going to operate when you do get inside of things. Because the game isn't just out in space. Nay, I say to thee. There's a bit more than just that.
How to get an energy cell through that wall?
Beautiful. Oh wow, that thing just stuck there. I was expecting it to bounce around a little bit more. Neat. All right, here we are. A Jaeger, a Salvor Jaeger pulse laser, and a Bunka Speedward shield. Oh my goodness. Oh wow, that's a huge improvement. Absolutely taking that. Man, I'm curious. Pulse laser's pretty good. 10% chance to regenerate, 20% hit points, 3% increased damage against units with a higher level neuron. I think we're gonna keep what we have.
Old Okar tech. It'll fetch a good price if I try to sell this stuff.
Oh, all right. So we've completed the mission. We've bumped our wing, don't worry. We didn't die. Feels good. What's in this container? What do we got? Dark matter and some, oh, a power cell. Okay, we need more power cells, so that's really good. All right, so now we can jump on out of here as some outlaw drones are jumping in. Let's head back and complete this story element. Will there be puzzles now? Oh, baby. Oh, welcome to the stream. Will there be puzzles? Man, have we unlocked? Yes, okay, so check this out. This is the location we just left from. See how there's a check mark in it? That means we've completed the puzzle. We're using that term loosely for this one in particular, but we've completed the puzzle at this location. And now it's done. We don't have to go back here if we don't want to. We can. There might be some meaning, some value for some people to go back there, but it's otherwise done. We have these main points of interest, which have these large diamonds inside of them. These are gonna be places that you'll go back to a lot, maybe because they have a serviceable trade lane, or a valuable merchant, or specific permanent and persistent bases, stuff like that. So there is going to be a reason to revisit a lot of these larger locations. But for these smaller ones, we actually tell you when what you've accomplished is really done. And there's gonna be a lot of them too. We haven't opened up the map yet. But when we get there, I can assure you there are going to be mini puzzles. And this is outside jobs that you can take on. Jobs will create new locations to go to. We're looking at our decoder, which also provides high-risk areas, which I botched. Hopefully we can fix that eventually. So there's a lot of variety in the spaces and the locations you're going to. And puzzles is absolutely part of that. Absolutely part of that. All right, so I'm seeing some conversation here. I want to invest myself in this chat. So here we go. There's a conversation pertaining to Sandbox. So let's just let's talk about this for a second. So what EVERSPACE 2 is versus what it isn't, right? So EVERSPACE 2 is an open world RPG. I know that it's very easy to associate open world with Sandbox. I'm gonna be particular pertaining to semantics here. Whenever I view Sandbox, I see something that you can cultivate, shape, and make your own. And in EVERSPACE 2, there are persistent locations which have a degree of that for sure. And there's also the player agency, which allows you to go where you want, when you want, how you want, why you want. So there is an element of that sandboxy nature towards the experience, yes, but I would not categorize EVERSPACE 2 as a sandbox. I would make sure that it's very abundantly clear that it's in an open world RPG with looter shooter mechanics as the forefront, okay? We'll just nip that in the bud. All right, let's see. Is that missile rendering bug from switching camera views finally fixed? I don't know, Spood Knight. It was probably caught. Racing minigame? Oh yeah, I think you'll be delighted. Whoops, I just flew right by that because I wasn't logged on. Actually, we're gonna do just a little puzzle here. It won't take long. And I think I can't remember if I showed this on stream or not, but we got close enough. This one's designed because it's in a, I'm gonna be real with you guys, like all of Cedo is an introduction to something. It's an introduction to jobs. It's an introduction to buying ships. It's an introduction to customizing ships. It's an introduction to puzzles. It's an introduction to weaponry. It's an introduction to your home base. It's an introduction to companions. You get it. This location right here, when we go up to this secure container, it's also within the range to target this energy sphere dispenser right on the other side of this asteroid. So now you're kind of wondering, well, wait, how do I get down there? How do I open this up? Because we have this energy socket. So right here, right out of the gate, it says we need to go get this energy sphere dispensed and brought over to this energy socket in order to open this secure container up. Also just gonna throw this out of the way because I can. So, oh, whoa, almost ran into those random drones that are trying to repair the space because it's clearly in disarray. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna fly down here. We're gonna find this energy sphere dispenser on the bottom of this asteroid. It's like the only thing that's working down here, right? And we're gonna grab it. And now, for the first time ever, we have gained an energy sphere. We've gained an upgrade to our ship, a condition, I should call it. The very, very top of the screen, it's a green thing. There's a timer counting down. It shows us how long the energy sphere lasts and the benefit that it provides. Now, I don't think we actually have the benefits shown yet. Okay, no, we don't. But we want to make sure that there's a lot of transparency within the conditions that are applied to your ship. So right now, all you see is a little symbol up there. It doesn't really tell you too much, but basically what that symbol means is that you have infinite boosting. Holding this energy sphere supercharges the ship and you can boost as long as you want. So now it's just a matter of bringing it back to the location that you need it to reward you. So we just got 400 credits and we got a flat cannon. Really basic one. More complicated ones will absolutely be appearing in the game and are gonna scratch your heads. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Oh my goodness, what's the conversation? Is there a cap on how many ships you can have? For the home base, I think that we are going to cap it. I don't know what numbers we're looking at currently. We don't want it to be excessive, right? We don't want it to be like endless, but we also want to make sure that you have a variety of choices that you can store in your hangar, right? Like, shoot, if it's like, you can choose 2 ships, screw that, that's lame. No, we don't want that. So we definitely want to have a lot of flexibility there and how many ships that you can have. So still figuring that number out. Obviously there's a lot of game you haven't quite seen yet. So, all right, conversation time. Here we go.
Hi, I'm looking for a Prime Sense STA.
That's the pre-war model. Quite rare, but I do have one in stock.
How much is it?
4,200.
4,000?
And 200, yes. Say, you don't happen to be a contractor, do you?
No, I'm just into tech like that. That's all.
That's too bad. I could have paid you 2.5k if you'd done a little job for me. All you would need to do is deliver a small package to a dear customer of mine.
Really? That's it?
Will you do it?
Sure, why not?
That doesn't sound very committed.
I would be grateful if you let me take this job.
Good. You'll find the package at the abandoned station nearby. I'll give you further instructions once you're there.
Excellent. New mission. Woo, caught a live Eric. Yep, you caught me. You caught me, I'm right here. Welcome to the stream. I see some more conversation pertaining to sandbox, and I actually just want to clarify this too, because I think this is a very fair distinguishment of what a sandbox is. Game with complete freedom to do or not do anything, strictly speaking. Can we play EVERSPACE 2 without ever touching main story? If we can, then it's optionally sandbox. So, sort of is the answer. As you have probably seen from the way that we're playing the game, more of the map opens up as we progress the story. As I also previously mentioned, this is kind of the beginner tutorial location. So once we open up everything, then absolutely you can go wherever you want, do whatever you want, take on whatever jobs, mess around with factions, join up with factions, peruse your ore extracting options through mining operations. You can go exploring to your heart's content, find very hidden secrets around all the locations. You can destroy enemy bases, you can protect enemy bases. Like there's gonna be a lot that goes on through the world, because it is all handcrafted, and therefore it's also persistent with those choices that you make. So to that degree, then yes, we can say that I would say it's more in line with that sandbox through that particular definition. Okay, so let's not argue about sandboxes and semantics and all that stuff anymore. You guys know the drill. There's a lot of places that you can go around, fly to, do things, okay? And there's a lot of customization through this. And I've also mentioned multiple times, and I want to stress this, it's so important to know that this is more in line of a first-person shooter, right? This isn't an open world RPG where you're flying around in a spaceship and you're gaining all that sweet loot, all right? Loot or shooter, that's at the core centralized components of it. Excellent. The game's more serious than the previous one. The story will be more epic then. Well, I mean, we certainly hope so. I feel like we've learned a lot from the release of EVERSPACE 1, so we're hoping for some beautiful revelations through our work. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so let's go to the hangar, or the shop, excuse me. What we're looking for is purchasing this Prime Sense STA. We don't have the funds, but this guy has given us a joyful little quest line to gather some more credits. So that's what we will do. We're gonna get to this. Gosh dang it. I actually want to show you this. This is gonna be the topic for another one of the weeks, because it still has some bugs, and I don't want the bugs to ruin the experience. This is important, okay? This is, I'm being real with you right now, okay? This is a very important tool that you see over there. And I want to make sure it comes across in the best way it possibly can for you. And right now is not the time. Right now is not the time, but we're getting close. All right. Oh my gosh, a level 3 flak already? My goodness. Okay. I think we're gonna replace the beam laser. Give me that flak attack. Okay. I was gonna repair our ship up. It just had very minor damage. And let's go ahead and start this mission. Don't know if we're gonna full complete it, but we'll get there. For riot, you guys are already rioting. I mean, I can't stop that. Some freelancers flying around, shooting at these outlaws. We'll let them do their dirty work. We're gonna go explore this station that was present during the course of the demo, the prototype of EVERSPACE 2. The station was alive and well, and it has since been destroyed, folks. It's gone.
That station doesn't look abandoned to me. How many are there? 5. One of them's a pretty nasty viper. I knew it. Don't let them get away.
Oh, we got a sniper drone. Priority 1. Beautiful. Now let's get our drift on. Woo! All right. Woo! We're taking damage. I don't like it. Our weapons might not be the most optimal choice here. Got him. All right, good. Let's get this guy's shields down. Woo! It's what happens when you fight people who are a little bit higher level than you. You get torn up a little bit. Okay, good, good. Oh. Oh, that was a lot of mines. That almost killed us.
It's not looking good. Better get to a hangar and get it fixed.
Woo, that was close. We definitely need better gear, that's for sure. One more pod left. Nice.
Got 4, but the Viper jumped out. Is the package still there?
All right. Go ahead and look for this package. All right. What's that? What's that? What is that? All right, let's keep going. A wiring kit, some nanobots. We certainly need them. That's for sure. Let's go ahead and explore this base ever so slightly. Right here is why we don't have inertia dampeners always toggled on, because if we did, I would have just died.
Can't find it anywhere. What ship types did the group fly?
Apart from that elite Viper, there were 2 Madcaps, a scout, and a sniper drone.
Just as I thought. I hate those guys.
Ah,
They pestered me to sell them the wares.
those
But I
guys.
turned them down.
They didn't happen to have left their address by any chance?
The Viper pilot has his lair in Rhodia orbit. I would be very grateful if you could get my package back.
This will cost you.
How about a raise up to 3.5K?
Sounds fair. I'm on it.
All right. Sounds fair indeed. We're gonna repair our ship before we move forward from here. We might have just enough time to finish this off. Oh, this is also a good time to show you a little bit of the battle damage that your ship can take. Chipping off the paint here. If we were in the darkness, you'd actually see a little bit of crisp fire coming through from the burnt circuitry and whatnot. And so when we repair, you'll see how the mesh restores itself. Oh my goodness, so clean. So clean. All right, what else we got? We're gonna sell a bunch of stuff, I think. Oh, better sensors? Yeah, yes, please. Sell the beam laser. Oh, you know what? No, I did that wrong. Hang on. Let's buy the beam laser back because we need to see what new things we get. Yes. Yes, that's much better. Okay. We'll go ahead and deconstruct some of these as well. Yep. Yep. Okay, that's good. It's feeling good. Okay. Yep. That'll set us up for that reveal later. Also this one. All right. Yep. Good. All right. Nice. Perfect. Lot of things to talk about soon. I'm telling you guys. It's gonna be rich. We're getting crazy. We're getting crazy. All right. No shield stop kinetic? Yeah, shield stop kinetic. Yep. Armor stops energy. Shields take a lot of damage from energy-based weapons. And then armor takes a lot of damage from kinetic. Okay, I want to make sure that you're such a teach. Yes. Yes, I am. Just ask my wife. Anyway. Yeah, but we're going to have a lot of stuff to show you over the course of the next couple of weeks. I'm telling you guys. Seriously, it's going to be hot. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I hope that you are too. We're going to get into this mission. We're going to keep trying to complete it a little bit further. Do I have the mission? Oh, I don't have the mission toggled, I don't think. Here, let's... Oh, wait, no, it is. Okay, it's right there. Perfect. We'll head over there, take care of that. There's crafting XP of each rarity? I don't know. Where's Adam's little friend? I liked him. Hive? I mean, let's break into story mode, shall we? So, at the conclusion of EVERSPACE 1, whatever happens there, I'm not going to spoil that too much. There's a departure that the clone of Adam and the Hive have to make in order for him to go under the radar. It's very important because as a militarized asset, this colonial clone, there are people hunting him down, whether he wants them to or not. This is mostly the Okar, and it was another faction that has mostly been dealt with, but he can't just operate from a militarized colonial vehicle with a militarized colonial AI unit, otherwise known as a Hive, especially one that is connected to the Eterna network. The Eterna network, for all of those who know, just think of it as basically the internet, okay? We're just gonna call it the internet, okay? It doesn't really work, but just go with it. And so when you hook up to that, then everyone can find you, right? It's also your source of all information because everything on the internet is true. We know that. So, with all of these things in mind, if we are going to remain under the radar, if we're going to work for Great and Brown Prospects and earn ourselves a ticket out of this filthy, disgusting DMZ, we have to do so without people catching our identity. So that's why you see at the very start of EVERSPACE 2, we're flying a non-colonial vessel. It's a junker. We don't have a Hive unit, and we are actually going under an alias. We're actually not known as Adam, our host name of who we were cloned from. These are all details that are very important to soak in and know in regards to how the story develops and moves forward within the space of EVERSPACE 2. As I mentioned, we are very, very much so focused on making sure the lore makes sense. It ties together. In EVERSPACE 1, it actually made a lot of sense for the roguelike loop pertaining to the story. Like, it was on point. And now it doesn't. Now the shift to open world RPG makes complete sense. And I really do hope that you guys will appreciate what we've been doing with the story and making these realizations for you as you're navigating this game space. Because we are putting a lot of love and energy into this, and every little detail of this experience. We want you to have the best time that you can embracing that story arc. All right, done. Let's get back. We got some dudes to take care of, and we don't have the time to do it. Instead, I had to splurge about lore. Come on, streamer. Oh my gosh, but no, seriously, that's where we do have to end it today. So let's answer just a couple more questions, and then I gotta bounce. But guys, seriously, you've been seeing me tease little things here and there. There's a lot we're gonna be cracking open over the course of these next couple of weeks. There might even be new stuff added over a weekend or through the course of a week. So I might have even more to show you based on the stuff that I've been teasing you. So please come back, make sure you're watching. Who knows? Who knows what it could possibly be? So many things. Show us the map, sure. Show you the map. The map! You wanted to soak in the new titles of all the locations? Is that what you were looking for? And the new directions and whatnot? I'm sure that's something that you guys wanted to soak in. That's fine. All right, so thanks for making this game. I'm a huge fan of the original, and this is looking better and better every week. Well, thank you so much for your appreciation. I just deliver that to all my coworkers. You guys are real champions. Our developers are insanely precise. Our artists are like from our concept art to the modeling to the programming, like this team is bonkers, and I'm so proud to be a part of this. It really is incredible, and you guys are champions for being here and giving us your love. So seriously, you guys are the real champions. Because without you, this wouldn't be possible. Let's be honest. So thank you for that support. Really do appreciate it. They're gonna be medium and big ships to fly in EVERSPACE 2. Yeah, currently we're flying medium ships, but yes, we absolutely will have light ships and we'll have heavy ships. We've talked about them before in the past. We actually showed the gunship off last week. What? What? Yeah, I know. Don't worry, we're getting into it. We're gonna get into it more, and it's fixed up even better than it was before. So yes, gunships, heavies. We got the Scout, the light ship. Maybe that'll have enough time to enter into early access. I don't know. Maybe I do, but I don't know. Oh my goodness, lots of new stuff heading our way. Let's honor EVERSPACE 1's conclusion and refer to Adam not as a clone, but formerly clone. He says himself to Adam at a certain point. He's not him anymore. He's his own person now. Yeah, you're right. So he's not Adam. He is technically a clone of Adam because he was like his existence. It wasn't like he was born at age 0, right? Like he is very young in comparison. He's like 6, 7, 8 months old in EVERSPACE 2, right? That's how old he is. So he is in fact a clone, but he is not an exact duplicate of the person who was. So that is an important distinction. That is an important distinction. Oh my gosh, Spoot Knight. I was hoping you guys would forget that. Oh my goodness. He says, the thick boyfriend, the gunship. Oh gosh, that's gonna haunt me forever. All right, anyway. Okay guys, my time is up. Wow, sorry, rip headphone users, I'm so sorry. But seriously, thank you for being here. It has been truly my pleasure to crack open this exclusive content, first look at early access. I'm gonna keep preaching it. We're gonna be showing new stuff every single week up until the early access. So if you liked this, just wait for next week. Oh, it's gonna be solid. And also, I always have to do this. You know it. We have to talk about other locations that you can stay informed, do research, ask us questions, poke us about, keep asking us for game key giveaways, even though we're very persnickety about it for reasons that should be obvious, and that's totally fine. But follow us in all of these locations. We also do showcase your beautiful gallery shots from the game directly into our Instagram. So if you like getting your back scratched, definitely make sure that you join our Discord, post your screenshots. You can also post your screenshots on Twitter, all that type of stuff. We'll have a conversation about it and just make it happen. If community support is not for you, that's totally fine. Just keep coming back to the streams. I'll love to have a conversation for you right here. It is all Gucci. There's no pressure to join all of these things. One other thing that you could do, if you should desire it, is be a part of the EVERSPACE 2 Steam forums. We have a lot of garnered conversations over there. Some of them are wildly incredible. Some of them are very intuitive. Some of them are very thoughtful and creative. Some of them kind of suck, and that's okay. You know what? You're voicing your opinions, and we want that to happen. We want the good, the bad, and the ugly, just like this mission that we're on. And it is such a pleasure to be able to engage you with where you're at so that we can come together and make this the all-time best experience that it can possibly be. That's just how it works, right? So guys, thank you again. You have all been awesome. I have been Eric Schrader, the community ambassador for Rockfish Games, living to serve you at this point. So don't stop being awesome, and we'll catch you in the next stream next week for even more new content. Toodles!
Maybe because we have so much stuff to show, we should ask the community what to show next? Does that seem like a good idea, Captain? Captain, do you read me?